Thank you for watching this help video. And in this example, I'm going to explain how to find the vertex, the axis of symmetry, and the x-intercept to this quadratic equation. Let's begin by identifying the vertex. So we need to identify the x-coordinate of the vertex, which is the horizontal shift from the origin, and then the vertical one. Now the formula to find the horizontal shift is negative b divided by 2 times a. So we're going to get negative 1, multiply that with the value of b, and divide that with 2 times the value of a. The a and b value come from the formula from the function, where a is the coefficient of the x squared term, b is the coefficient of the linear term, the x term, and c, even though we don't need it, is the last number, the constant. So here we're going to replace the b with negative 82, replace the a with 9, and we end up with positive 82 divided by 18, which reduces, because it's an even, they're both even numbers, reduces by a common factor of 2, which is 41 over 9. Now, the decimal equivalency of this is 4.5, and the 5 repeats, but I don't want to use this decimal value because it's a repeating decimal number, so I'm going to stick with the fraction notation of this answer. So we have the x-coordinate of the vertex. Now to figure out the y-coordinate of the vertex, the vertical shift, we're going to plug this number into our function. So we have 9 times 41 over 9 to the second power minus 82 times 41 over 9 and then plus 9. So let's plug this into the calculator and see what this equals. And we end up with a total of negative 1600 over 9. I know these numbers are not nice whole numbers. We get these crazy rational values, but that doesn't again change what the vertex is. So our vertex is going to be that coordinate. Now, because that's the vertex, that means that our axis of symmetry is going to be the vertical line of 41 over 9. X equals 41 over 9. So there we have part A, here's part A and part B. The only thing left to do is identify what the x-intercepts are. Now remember that the function, so let me start by stating this again. Remember this function right here, this right here, when I plug in a number for x, is going to tell me what the y value is. So I can think about this as 9x squared minus 82x plus 9 to giving me what y coordinate when I plug in any number in for x. Now to find the x-intercept, I'm looking for the x number where the y value will specifically equal to the number 0. So the objective here is to determine what x I can plug in to have the y equal specifically to 0. So we're going to solve an equation. And because it's a quadratic trinomial, these type of equations get solved by breaking it apart into linear factors. So I'm going to set up by drawing parentheses and writing x and x as the first term to each factor. Now let's predetermine what the signs are. If I get to the negative sign, that's going to tell me that this x needs to be subtracted. So we're going to put a negative sign right there. And since the product of a negative and a positive is negative, that means that the second x is also going to be subtracted by some value. Now to determine where we're going to get these numbers, in this particular example, because the coefficient is not 1, it's 9, we have to multiply this number with this number right here. We normally don't have to do this because the number normally is 1, or a lot of the examples is 1, and multiplying 1 with 9 will still give me 9. But this situation, 9 times 9 is 81. So we're going to look for the factors of 81. So any two sets of numbers that multiply together to get 81. So to find them, just start dividing. If I get 81 and I divide it by 1, that equals to 81. So 1 and 81 are factors of 81. If I get 81 and I divide it by 2, I get a decimal value, so those are not the factors that I want to use. I want to only use factors that are integers. If 81 is divided by 3, that gives me 27, so I'm going to use that one. And the only one after that is going to be 9. 9 times 9. I won't get factors, usable factors, when I divide 81 by 4, by 5, 6, 7, nor 8. Now from this set, we're going to use the one that gives me the middle term, since both numbers are negative, that are going to add up to an 82. So that's going to be this first set right here, 1 and 81. Now in this situation, it doesn't matter that I put the 81 first and the 1 second, but normally, specifically when the signs are different, I always want to put the larger factor that I'm going to use for my set at the beginning and the smaller number in the second one. Now, because I multiplied this 9 with this 9 right here, I have to divide these quantities by this number that I multiplied. So I have to divide this by 9, and I have to divide this by 9. So the actual factorization that gives me again 9x squared minus 82x plus 9 is going to be x minus 9 and x minus 1 over 9. So that means that I'm going to cross the x-axis at the following location. At positive 9 and at positive 1 over 9. So this is going to be our x-intercepts. Again, thank you for watching, and I hope this was helpful.